Hey YouTube, hey YouTube. Yo, chat, say what's up to YouTube. Today we got mom horrified after 12-year-old son's confession. I already know this shit about to be some crazy shit. Word. Let's get into it.
Be honest, baby, it's okay.
Because you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna feel so much better.
When they pull this GPS, will it show that you were at home in your bed, or will it show that you were somewhere else? That's the question that was asked.
He said, I don't know.
You don't know?
This is that's serious. You I feel what I'm supposed to do.
Robert, you don't understand that you're just as guilty if you know who did it and you're not saying nothing. That's guilty by association.
Who's the point of snitching on everybody if I was gonna get charged? Why did you make me stay?
I said I don't know.
Nah, what?
When the bodies of 3 teenagers were discovered over a period of several days in the same neighborhood in Marion County, Florida, the police didn't know what to think.
Now
This
what
would
they
set
do?
the tone for the rest of the case, as the emerging suspects all seemed intent on blaming each other. The
What are they
identity of the alleged
Wait.
perpetrator, along with the motive for the heartless murders, turned out to be more alarming than anyone wanted to believe. The police first learned that something was terribly wrong just before midnight on March 30th, 2023, when they received this 911 call.
There's a girl laying in front of my road and she's dying.
Oh, no.
Is she awake? She's dying. I don't know. She's bleeding out of her head. She's gargling on her blood.
You need to turn her on her side so she doesn't choke, okay?
It doesn't matter what side, like on what side.
No, just turn her on her side so she doesn't choke on the blood, okay?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Is
nah,
she
you can
awake?
hear her.
Is she breathing?
She's breathing. Do you know how far they are?
I don't have any ETA, but they are on the way, okay?
Nah,
Deputies
you
from the
dad,
Marion County
you dad
Sheriff's
heard
Department
the,
arrived moments before the ambulance.
you dad could
While
hear
paramedics rushed
her
to try to
goggling
save
on the
victim,
blood. That's
The
crazy.
deputies tried to get a grasp on the chaotic scene. Within 5 minutes of the ambulance arriving, the victim was on her way to the nearest hospital. The sheriff's department was left to pick apart the seemingly inexplicable scene.
She's not responsive?
No, not responsive.
No?
No, there's no ID, no nothing.
Young girl, older girl?
Younger girl. The shoe's right there, and that's been moved.
She was right there, right?
Yeah, and there's blood everywhere. I was not expecting that.
No. Well, I thought it was going to be BS, honestly.
Yeah, I immediately
What?
thought she had got like hit by a car. And I
BS.
seen the big, but I've never seen an exit wound in a head.
BS, nigga. Somebody just called you and said
Oh yeah, I mean,
she's
laying down.
she got
until
shot in her head. He
pulled out.
talking
I mean,
about
it
something. He
was-
thought it was some
she was still breathing?
BS.
rapid breathing.
Yeah,
but
niggas
I
could
don't
hear
know.
the
I
the
don't
girl
know.
gargling on blood in the background.
Yeah, more than likely.
And this
I mean,
nigga gonna
if she
say
is, that's
thought he
wild.
was
When
BS.
police made contact with
Well,
the
he ain't know all
911
that,
caller, they learned that he was
the
just as
dispatcher gotta
confused
tell
about
him
the
that.
situation as
Like
the
what?
deputies. He only became aware that something was amiss when he got a call from his neighbor across the street.
You didn't hear nothing at all?
told me it sounded like someone crashed into my dumpster and then there was like 2 shots.
The neighbor in question made her way over to talk to the deputies directly. Unfortunately, what she said only served to make the situation even more mysterious.
So, around what time did you hear? You said it sounded like a gun, like a.
Yeah, it wasn't a loud gunshot. I would say about 20, 30 minutes ago. It wasn't a loud gunshot, but I heard about 4 or 5. And I kind of blew it off casually, and then I just looked out of my window because I did think it was strange with it, how late it was. And I saw the car run into the dumpster. And once I seen the car run into the dumpster, I stepped out my door, and I seen a man run out of the car towards down the road, towards my yard, and I yelled at him, "What the f are you doing?" And then I seen him run back towards the car, take a minute, and I was calling him because it was his dumpster, and I seen him skirt off into the neighborhood.
Did you see if anybody was in? Was it only one? Was there
I
several
only
people?
seen one person running, and it was a male. It had a male figure, had a hat on. I want to say he was like 5 foot, maybe, but it was only one dude running down the road.
This once again tracked with the evidence, as police found several sets of footprints at the scene.
Did you hear the crash?
Nah,
first,
they
or did
probably
you
are
I
in some.
heard the gunshots first.
Where did?
The deputies closed
Nah, I don't
down
think
the main
so.
entrances
I think
and
they said-
exits to the
I think
Forest
they-
Lakes Park neighborhood,
They said where was that?
Catch the alleged shooter as he attempted to flee.
They said country.
Unfortunately, the area was heavily wooded.
It's in the
with
United
plenty of
States,
places
gang.
to hide and lots of back roads.
I think they said it was Florida. It's in the
This
United
made
States,
for a
gang.
difficult search for police and an easy getaway for the alleged perpetrator. Meanwhile,
You could,
the
you would have.
hospital
I
where
would have
the
been able to
victim was
tell,
being
or
treated
you
was
you
able
you would have been able to
provide
tell
some
if it was
help
like
in
some
that
out the country
regard.
shit.
They identified the girl as 16-year-old Layla Silvernail. Her grandparents, who were her legal guardians, were understandably distraught.
Damn.
Detectives first made contact with her grandfather, Kenneth.
Layla was found, she was apparently with a gunshot wound, and she was taken to the hospital. So that's part of the reason why we came here, was to let you know about her status, but we also wanted to know any information that you had about who she was with yesterday, who she hanged out with.
What's she in the hospital for?
She had a
was
gunshot
shot.
wound.
Huh? She was shot. You're kidding.
No, that's what I told you when
This
I
is
came.
what I've been trying to tell her. You're hanging around with a crew.
Kenneth hurried to the back of the house to get his wife, Lisa.
I ain't gonna lie. Why the
Layla's
cop
grandmother
talking
only
like
seemed to
that?
become more distressed when the detectives tried to ask her questions.
Cops that be talking like that be getting me tight.
Lisa. Lisa, have a seat right here.
Is my granddaughter okay? Will she be okay?
She's going to be at the hospital. I don't know anything. That's why I said
I'm the victim advocate, okay? I'm here for you. Have a seat for us. We need some information so we can find out who did this, okay?
I'd like to know too.
We
I will
need...
go and I will shoot their asses. Oh no!
Listen.
Where was she shot at? Does anybody know anything?
She was shot in the head.
Damn.
That's all we have
She
right now.
losing it.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
She going
situation
through
was
it.
actually more horrifying than Lisa knew. Early on March 31st, the morning after the shooting, the police stumbled upon the last thing they were expecting. Just blocks away from the crime scene where Layla was found, police discovered a second victim,
Oh nah.
also suffering from a gunshot wound. There was little doubt that the two cases
Two?
were connected, which made the search for the shooter all the more urgent. Back with Layla's grandparents,
Two
the detectives
bodies?
desperately tried to find out who might have been with Layla that night. Since they'd
Nah.
already found two victims, they had to wonder if more of her friends were hurt, or in danger too.
Lisa, look at me. Who was she with yesterday?
She came here with, and I'm gonna tell you everything, because I don't like the people she hangs around with anyway.
Okay, that's what we need. That's what we need.
Lisa said Layla was almost always with her boyfriend, 17-year-old Michael Hodo. She also directed the police to Layla's best friend, who might have more information about her activities the day before the shooting. Another name came up too, and it was one police were already familiar with.
And then that runaway girl, Camille,
Okay.
she was with her too
Nah,
yesterday.
2 is crazy.
Camille Quarles, 16, had been reported as a runaway by her aunt and legal guardian several weeks prior. It
Oh,
was an
no.
open secret that she'd been staying with Layla at her grandparents' house, but no one had successfully brought her home yet. When police made
Nah.
contact with Camille's aunt, Amy, she was not shy about expressing her frustration
Wait,
with the
what? Wait,
investigation.
hold on.
I did call.
I'm not tweaking. Wait, hold on. They said. Hold on, let me get my thoughts together. They said she was a runaway, right? She was a runaway, but she was secretly staying at her best friend's house. Layla. Did the grandparents know? Or like it was secretly from everybody? Because that's fake crazy. If the grandparents knew and she was a runaway, I ain't gonna lie, that's mad. Like, what's up? That's mad
This
stupid.
morning to ask somebody
Like a
to go
runaway,
through
like
there,
you just
and nobody
bringing,
has called me
like
back.
what?
I've called 5 or
You
6
basically
times a
helping
day
her run
since
away.
She's been gone.
Even
Like,
worse, Amy's son
they
was
gonna
hearing
charge
all
her.
kinds of
They gonna
gossip
charge
about
her
the
for
case at
saying.
school. People were saying Camille had also been shot.
Oh no.
The names of the victims and the location of the crime was seemingly common knowledge. Disturbingly, police had not yet confirmed if Camille was involved. Also, they'd not yet released the names of the victims or the location. which meant whoever was spreading this information had to be involved.
And there was another
What you
body
mean,
discovered
spreading
this morning
the information?
in that neighborhood.
Okay.
I want to know if it's my child.
Okay, the second person is not Camille. I can't identify who that person is, but it's not her.
The identity of the second victim only made the case more dire.
Wait, is it
especially
Camille or
in
not?
regards to Camille's safety.
Oh, they don't know.
Frustratingly, the police were still in the dark about most of the lead up to the crime, up until they got in touch with Layla's best friend, Gabby. She was more forthcoming and told the detectives that she'd spent
Didn't
the
they
day
say
with Layla and
Camille
her boyfriend, Michael
was her
Hodo,
best friend?
and
Like, what the
several
fuck?
other teens who would soon become an integral part of the case.
Was there
she got
anybody
another
else
best
in the
friend.
car other than you, Layla, anytime during the day?
Camille was there.
This was the second statement placing Camille at the scene of the crime, but disturbingly, there was still no sign of her. Prior to the shooting, Camille's aunt said she'd caught sight of her at the park once or twice and kept a close eye on her Instagram feed to see what she was up to. Since the night of the 30th, though, it had been radio silence. Back with the detectives, Layla's friend recounted their travels throughout the day, and who else was with the group.
We went to Rob's. We went to you know, I don't know if it's abandoned. Do you know what a trap house is?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently,
They know what a trap house is?
I don't know him
No.
personally, but they do.
Oh,
they're friends or whatever, and we just went over there and we chilled over
She
there.
gave info.
Significantly,
Oh, they
Gabby
got
said
him.
that Layla had been the one driving all day, but the only sign of her vehicle, a white Chevy Cruze, was a tire track left at the crime scene.
Oh.
The police hoped that finding the vehicle would offer some insight into what happened the night Layla was shot.
Nah, I don't think.
know
I don't think she was in it. They probably. I don't know. They
I
probably.
don't really know if Rob is his real name or
Damn.
not, because I know
Nah,
some
they
people
probably-
know him as Reaper, Rob, and stuff like that. So
Was
It's
anyone
over.
else there at the house?
But I think they probably
besides the
robbed
three
the
of you
shorty
and
with the
Rob?
V,
well, there was
and then they
this
did
kid,
they
3-5,
drill in it.
but I don't know his real name.
What's
That's
3-5
mad
look
dumb,
like?
low key.
I don't know. He's 12.
Oh, nah.
He's a little
Is it
kid.
12-year-old?
Detectives knew they needed to track down Rob and 3-5. They started with Rob, who they believed to be 17-year-old Robert Robinson, who was already incarcerated at a juvenile detention facility for a different offense. When detectives asked him about 3-5, he directed them to a boy named Christopher Atkins. Shockingly, Gabby was right. He was only 12 years old. Since Chris and Rob were both minors, their mothers were asked to join
Wait,
them
what?
at the police station before any conversations took place. Chris's mother, Ashley, was the first to arrive.
I don't understand. Where's the my son? If he being questioned, why the fuck I'm not in there?
I ain't gonna lie, that's facts.
What's things going on? Where's my son?
He's in the room right here.
They talking to him?
Not yet. No, they're all getting their stuff together.
It seems she wasn't convinced they
That's
weren't
facts.
already questioning him, because Ashley
'Cause
did her
if-
best to hear what was going on in the other room.
Cause isn't she supposed to be in there if they question a minor?
After almost 2 hours of waiting, she was finally escorted to the next room to join Chris.
The fuck?
who
Why
was
is shirt
visibly
off?
trembling.
Can I put this on?
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Did you want another jacket? Okay. Are you sure? You look like you're cold. Let me get you.
Let me say you have 4 siblings.
Ain't gonna lie, that's
You guys
W
get along
mom.
okay in the
W
house?
mom.
The detectives set about gradually breaking the
mom.
ice with Chris, all the time appearing
Gave him a
hyper-aware that
jacket.
he was only 12 years old. After taking all necessary precautions, like making both Chris and his mother aware of their rights, and establishing on record that Chris knew the difference between right and wrong, they finally got to the issue at hand.
So, Chris, what I'd like to start with talking to you about is, and like I said, I just want you to be
Wait,
honest with us.
so they just
I'd
started
like you
talking to him?
Talk to me
Oh,
about
I'm bugging.
last Thursday night.
First, we made something to eat. Then we watched TV. And I went to sleep for a little bit. And I heard something outside. I opened the door. There was nothing outside now. I think I went to sleep.
So I think what you just told me was what you probably had rehearsed in your mind several times to tell a police officer if you ever had to talk about that Thursday night. Because sitting here and talking to you with your mom here crying and knowing that you have these siblings, you're probably in sort of an embarrassing and shameful position. If you are sorry for what happened, repent for it and start from the very beginning and go to the very end without me having to pull it from you. Because somebody that I have to pull each individual action from, that tells me that they don't really want to say what they did wrong, that they don't feel bad for it.
Reaper down there has been super honest. He took him a minute to get comfortable with me, and he's told me everything down to details that only he would know, and that's involved
that nobody else would know.
Some of the details, he points finger at you.
17-year-old Rob, also known by the concerning moniker Reaper, was also being questioned. Just like Chris, Rob and his mom Erica were both advised of their Miranda rights before the interrogation.
He pointing fingers to the other one.
I'm trying to bring the best way to say this.
He's saying it's the other nigga doing it. He's saying it's 3-5.
Several different incidents that occurred over the last couple of weeks. Okay. One being.
They probably gonna try to make them go against each other, blame each other type shit. Make both of them blame each other.
A burglary. We're investigating a robbery, and we're investigating a murder. Okay.
Nah, why his face?
So, the first ones you named is believable. The last one you named is not. You don't have the heart to keep it up. I know that for a fact.
Okay. What'd you do on Thursday?
No, she said I know that for a fact. He don't got the heart to do it.
Okay, who were you with? Did anybody come over? Did we hang out with anybody? Did you go anywhere with anybody?
I ain't go no. Came over at like 1 o'clock.
What'd you guys do then?
We just chilling. Literally, like we were just chilling.
Okay. Was anybody with at the time? How did he get to your house? Things like that?
Supposed to drove to my house. It was him, Landon, Layla, and it was another girl with them. I don't know her name.
Nah,
Simsa
caught
was a
him.
nickname that Layla's boyfriend, 17-year-old Michael, used. Michael's father had last
Caught
seen him
him.
about 6:30 last night, around the same time Gabby said she parted
Caught
ways
him.
with the group. Landon was another local boy who
Caught
police
him.
determined didn't know
He
anything
said
that
murder.
would aid the
They ain't gonna say.
investigation.
They ain't gonna
As for
say
the
he was with
unnamed girl,
Layla.
The police
Caught him.
likely wondered if she could be the missing Camille, and why she hadn't been seen or heard from since.
Did you go
It gotta
anywhere
be
after
her, because
6:30,
if they
Rob?
haven't heard from her and she was at her spot,
I just
they
wanted
pretty
to
sure
ask
going
because
everywhere together.
We've been working on our investigations for
What do
several
y'all
days.
think
happened, bro? I'm telling you, I was in the house that night. Like I only seen Sosa one time that day.
Rob, we know you were out of the house after 6:30. Okay? We know you were with around 7 o'clock p.m.
Thanks to CCTV footage, police believed that Rob, along with others in the friend group, had been involved in the theft of a vehicle and an armed robbery that night. As serious as these crimes were, they paled in comparison to what police believed happened later. Back in the room with Chris, his mother tried to make him understand the severity of the situation.
Well, you need to tell if you ain't.
Now's the time.
Now's the whole story.
Now's the
You know
time
you
to
left
get
out of the
out.
house Thursday when I told you not to, and you finna speak. You better talk right now.
Reaper's already told us what the plan was that night. So there's, I mean, we know what the original plan was. We're asking you now to be honest, and to come forth and tell us what happened and why it happened.
He knocked on the window.
When you say he, I never want to guess. Who's he?
Reaper, aka Rob, took a lot of convincing before he opened up.
Rob, right now you're protecting KTM and your buddies. You need to think about protecting yourself.
The disturbing meaning behind KTM will be revealed in due time. For now, the fact
feel like
that
I
the
heard
police
that.
knew about the mysterious phrase was enough to get Rob talking, albeit reluctantly.
Was that the else?
When you were with who was with you?
I feel like I heard that somewhere.
3-5. Layla was there, and that was it.
The police knew by now that there were more people at the house than just Chris, Rob, Michael, and Layla.
Did you go anywhere with them that night?
No, I ain't go nowhere with them. I just told you. I swear to God, was at the house. They said they was finna leave. I went back home. Actually, Mom, I didn't come in until like late. I didn't come in until after 7 anyways.
You don't know what time you came home. Now,
But they talking about what now? Mulaka at 7:10.
What I'm saying is, you don't know what time you came home because you defy your curfew so much. You don't know what time you came in. It might have been 8 o'clock. It might have been 7:30. It might have, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know. What I'm saying is, if you know something
Nah, he's
that they're trying
panicking.
to get
He's
out of you,
panicking.
I don't give a
He's panicking.
who your friends are, who you trying to protect. I gotta get to work, and I'm sick of dealing with this jail. Cause you choose to have friends. I mean, you know something. You need to be honest.
Unfortunately for Rob, the police already knew that he was still holding back the dark
He's
details of what
panicking.
he got up to.
Now
that
you could
night.
tell by his voice. Listen to how he's
Do
talking.
you own that phone?
Yeah, I own that phone. So
Okay.
do you all want permission to check the location?
That
on
would be
phone?
great, yeah.
He panicking.
That would be
He panicking.
Oh, they can check my phone. They might find
They're not
something else in
looking.
there.
They're not looking in your phone for anything else.
So you're certain that your phone GPS will keep you at your house that night?
Panicking.
Are you? Are you?
Panicking.
So we gon' no.
I can just tell you, I really don't know nothing about no murder. That is the truth. I don't know nothing about no murder, and I was not there with no murder.
That's not what they asked though. That's not what they asked. What they asked was, when they pull this GPS, will it show that you were at home in your bed, or will it show that you were somewhere else?
Nah, mom took the glasses off. She not playing with him.
You don't know?
I don't know what y'all want me to do. Like, I'm telling you stuff.
They want you to tell them mine, and I'm telling them the truth. And you sit there going with them. Why don't you believe in them? They are not your son. Stop believing them. Oh, no, I was not there. Like, I didn't say you was not there. You were there. Wait, first and foremost. You sit there just going with everything you're saying. No, first and foremost, you lie so much, I don't know what to believe what comes out your mouth. You didn't burn the bridge that's been gone. Let's get that understood. Like, I was like, but what I'm saying is, you so quick to want to protect people, and let me finish.
Protecting.
You so
Nah,
quick
mom
to
not
wanna
playing.
protect people, don't want to snitch, want to be cool,
Mom not playing.
and not be known as a is in the paperwork and all of this, that you're willing to sit here and go down for murder that I know you didn't do. I know for a fact that you didn't do it, but you're going to be guilty by association because you don't want to tell who the did it. That's the problem.
I did not kill nobody. I did not kill nobody.
Did somebody you know do it?
Like, what the
No, I don't know nothing about no murder. I don't know nothing about no murder.
And if you lying, you standing on this island by yourself. Because if you got something to tell these people, because they have a way to tell if you're lying.
The best way to tell if Rob was lying was Chris, who was still in the room next door.
What do you mean? Plus
He was
his
sharing a bit
actions, like you
more
could
than
tell.
Rob, and some key differences in
Like
their
I could
statements
tell
stood
he
out
lying.
What do you think
Like,
he's gonna tell us, Robert?
He's not gonna, with me, I swear to God, he's not gonna, I didn't do anything. I promise you I didn't do
he gonna
anything.
start pointing fingers. Watch.
I don't understand why you keep
He gonna start pointing fingers. I could tell.
then you go back.
It's gonna be a snitch. And that doesn't matter. Kill me, it don't matter. That is a snitch and I will die. This is not no joke. You would die. Like, you would die for snitching out here. People die for that. Real talk. Mama, people get blocked and killed for snitching.
We're talking about life sentences here.
Right. And this is like really
Nah.
funny. Just listen. Your actions and the people you choose to hang with and all of this
I didn't kill anyone.
is slowly killing me. I should just pause.
Yo, his voice.
Let me talk. I'm supposed to be at work right now. I just took a promotion. I can't keep missing work. All the that you are doing, or the people you hang with, or just any of that. Like, I don't know if you know or not, but they threatening me with contempt of court because I don't come to none of your court stuff for the other that you got going on. I make sure you get there, but I cannot keep missing work. And you sitting here in my face telling me that you don't want to snitch
bitch, because
He is crying. He is crying. You can see the tears. Or you can see the tears, but you can see like
it wasn't me.
right there.
I don't know why they trying to get me in my shit. I didn't say that you killed
You can see it.
Robert, you don't understand that you just
In his
as
eyes.
guilty if you know who did it and you're not saying nothing. That's guilty by association. Like, what part of that is not clicking for you? If you know who killed these kids, then you need to tell him.
Some part of this tirade must have made an impression, because at long last, Rob shared his version of events.
Look at him.
Taj killed all three of them. Okay? Tell me about it.
Were you there?
The whole story?
Were you there?
The whole story. Let him talk. Tell me the whole story.
Rob just mentioned 3 victims, but the detectives had so far
Wait,
only
3?
asked him about 2. Not only did this grab their attention, but they likely suspected that the Taj that Rob mentioned was 16-year-old Taj Bruton, with whom they were already acquainted due to previous cases. Unfortunately, this didn't mean they knew where to find him. Several weeks earlier, Taj cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run.
Oh,
the
no.
detectives would focus on this after they got more of the story from Chris, who picked
So
up
what,
the
he's
story
still on
after
the
he
run?
said Rob, aka Reaper, knocked on his window.
He probably still
Okay,
on.
Reaper knocks
He
on the
probably
window.
still
Knocks
on the run.
window. He said, "Come on, we finna go fix the girls or something." Then we went out.
This nigga 12 years old.
This girl and the boy picked us up.
He talking about we about to go see some girls.
From Rob's statement, the police believe this had to
The
be
girl's like
Michael
what,
and
17?
Layla.
Oh, 16.
He made no mention of Camille, however, even when he explained where everyone was sitting in Layla's car.
Oh no.
The seating arrangement would be crucial later. Layla was driving, Michael was in the passenger seat, while Chris and Rob were in the back seat. But they weren't alone.
Then somebody came in the car. I don't know his name. It was like somebody in all black.
Okay. And how does this person look? I know you said he's wearing dark colored clothes, right? I heard you say that.
Ski mask on too.
I'm telling you what, if somebody got in the car wearing a ski mask, I'd be like, what is going on?
But that didn't appear to be Chris's response, and the detectives likely had a horrible inkling as to why.
Yeah, I looked at Rob. I was like, I thought we were going to see some girls. He's like, we had. I was like, oh, all right. And then we kept driving again.
Throughout his interrogation, Chris would only refer to the man in the ski mask as the X-Man. Luckily, Rob had already revealed the identity of their companion.
We went to pick up Taj. As soon as Taj came out, that was the first thing he told me, like, we knocking on, we knocking on. I was like, nah, but I ain't even trying to do all that.
It took a little more persuading, but Rob eventually told the police that they could find Taj at his girlfriend's house. They picked him up and brought him to the station after they finished talking to Chris and Rob. But instead of clearing up the questions detectives had, Taj made everything more confusing.
They called him. It's over now.
He said everything was Rob's idea.
He just said he just said he was at his girlfriend crib. He probably was still on the, nah, I don't think he was on the run.
I look at him like,
I mean, I don't know. Cause if he was still on the run, I was gonna say that they would have locked him up.
And if they don't go for it,
But they wouldn't have, because they would have waited to see if he did his crimes to add it on top of the running away and cutting his ankle management.
I'm scared as hell, so I'm like,
So
I ain't
damn.
got no choice but to just sit here and just, it is what it is.
Rob told detectives that it was the other way around.
It was so random. Like, he just said he wanted to knock him off. I'm not thinking he's serious, though. Like, at the time, when he first said it, if you would have seen his face, like, right, he was laughing, like, if I would have really thought he was finna kill, like, I wouldn't have got back in that car. I would have stayed right there and called my mom and be like, can you come get me? I didn't think he was serious until when the car started slowing down and I seen him up the gun.
Rob said that Taj did this because he wanted to take Michael's firearm. Over in Chris's interrogation room, his story aligned with Rob's. For now,
He did rat on his mans. He been rat on his mans.
I'm trying to figure out. Is something in between that you're not saying?
Because I think the person that the white guy, I think he said he had a lot of money or something.
Oh, so we was set up as a robbery. Okay, now we getting somewhere. Okay. So they was setting up to rob the man.
Did Reaper mention that to you, that something was going to be set up or anything?
He didn't even know. Like, all I heard was a child, and like, I thought somebody was shooting at us, so I hopped out of the car and ran.
I'm looking. Boom! boom, boom.
Once again,
Yo, what the
version
fuck?
was a little different.
That's not even funny, bro. What the fuck? That just caught me mad off guard.
It was crazy. Just like that. It took 2 shots. It wasn't no more than that. It took 2 shots to kill both of them.
The police knew at least part of this was true. Who shot who was yet to be determined. But tragically, they'd confirmed the second victim as Layla's boyfriend, Michael Hodo.
Oh.
He was in the grass by the side of the road, just blocks away from Layla. He was deceased when police found him. Michael's father had a heartbreaking reaction when he found out that his son would not be coming home.
My son's dead, isn't he? I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. No!
Damn.
Can they come back out here and help? We have to talk. We have to find this out. Who's to find this? This is to go find out who did this to him. I'll find him when I go and kill him.
Nah, that's OD.
While Michael's family reeled from the devastating news, Chris continued with his upsetting story about Michael's final moments.
And you said he shot this white guy first?
Yeah, the white guy was like sitting like this. And like,
Where'd he shoot him at?
Like, right here.
And the gun was pressed up against his head? Is that what you're...
Because then he said it was in a back seat.
Okay.
Pause.
And then, what about the white girl that's driving? Tell me about that. Where'd he shoot her at? And...
God damn.
Rob agreed, which would soon become increasingly rare.
Where did he shoot Layla?
Oh, I think it was headshots.
On the other hand, Taj put the blame back on his 2 companions.
Nah, they just all ran on each other.
I seen Rob try to shoot her, right? And when he tried to shoot her, he shot her, and then his gun didn't go off, so he reloaded it again and shot her.
All contradictions temporarily aside, Chris added another disturbing detail.
Did he see it coming?
No, it was like to the back of his head.
Okay. Did he have any time to defend himself?
No, but Taj just upped him and shot him in the head.
At this point, police were still searching Forest Lakes Park for evidence. Now that they knew the shooting had occurred in Layla's car, it was more important than ever to find the vehicle. Most of all, though, they were looking for any sign of Camille. They hoped to find her alive, but the police were likely aware that, like Layla, she could be seriously injured and in need of medical attention. If that was the case, every passing moment decreased her chance of survival. For the time being, though, her family was left in an exhausting state of limbo. The situation was made infinitely worse by rumors that Camille had been caught up in the shooting. Frustratingly, the police still had no concrete answers for her family. They had to hope that Chris, Rob, and Taj would ultimately provide an explanation. They got even closer when Chris continued with more of the story, but once again,
Nah,
the
they all
details
just
started to
literally
get
just
shaky.
ran on each other.
Was the car driving?
Well,
whenever got
they
shot?
pointing fingers to each other.
It was just like it stopped and then like it kept going. Like when I hopped out the car, it kept going.
Where did the car keep going when it kept going?
Like to a dumpster.
Did you get back in the car?
Yeah, I got back.
I mean, did you want to get back in the car, or did you not? No, you didn't want to. Okay, what made you get back in that car? Explain to me that.
Because he had a gun, I thought he was gonna get shot at me. Because if I was just with him and if I was just with him, he just killed somebody, and he probably would kill me too because he think I was the same.
On the contrary, Rob said that he was the one who jumped out of the car.
When he shot Layla, I got out the car because the blood started dripping. I ain't wanted to get on me.
Taj claimed the same thing.
I get out of the car, they still shooting because it was like 4 to 6 shots. I don't know exactly how many shots it was, but it was a couple shots, bro. So at this point, we hear this lady. This lady's over there like, I'm running, I'm trying to hide in the forest. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm trying to call Spring, everything. So this lady, hey, what's going on over there? He sees me, or I guess he ran back over there, or I run over there, and he was like, hey, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, I'm just do what he tell me to do. I just want to go home. So
The only thing that this established was that at least one of the boys had gotten out of the car. But this wasn't news, as the woman who saw the car hit the dumpster also told police that she saw a male figure running around shortly after she heard gunshots and saw the crash. The detectives decided not to challenge the boys on this front for now and pushed for the truth on more important matters instead. They started with Rob.
What happened
So,
to Layla?
damn.
Where did they?
I don't know. Taj threw Layla out the car and hopped in the driver's seat and started driving.
Rob said Taj repeated the process a short time later.
And Taj pulled body out the car, patted him down at the cannon. He grabbed the cannon, got back in the driver's seat.
Nah,
and
he had a
drove off.
canic.
Was that next to Layla where she was pulled out?
No, it was in a different spot.
This made sense to police because the second crime scene, where Michael's body was found, didn't have much blood. There were, however, what appeared to be drag marks leading from the road towards the brush where the body lay.
Did you help take? I ain't touch nobody. I ain't touch a body. I ain't touch nothing. I swear to God, I ain't touch nothing. Once they was dead, I said, take me home, man. Take me home.
Yet Taj said that wasn't how it happened.
Rob drives. He pulled Layla out out of the car. That's why she got left by the dumpster. He starts driving. He's driving. We go around the corner. He goes over to the Sosa. Sosa had, I think, in his somewhere on him. So he pulled Sosa out of the car. He just dragged him over in some woods.
And were you driving the car?
No, I was not driving the car. Yeah.
The detectives asked Chris similar questions.
Did you pull her out of the car?
None of them trying to.
What is Rob doing?
None of them is trying to get booked, but they all literally gonna get booked.
What is he saying?
Regardless, they all gonna get booked because it was all there. Like,
And what happened next?
so these niggas is just niggas is playing who get the lesser time. They trying to give all the info to see who get the less time. In the river.
The thing, what thing are you talking about? The car. Okay.
Once again, the detectives already had information that would let them know if one of the boys was lying. The search of Forest Lakes Park had finally paid off, leading police to another grisly and tragic discovery. Taj picked up the story again to tell his version of what they did with Layla's car.
We get over here to this lake. It's dark as hell. 3-5 get out of the car. He get out of the car. Rob tells him, hey, start wiping everything down. So he started wiping everything down. He's wiping everything down. The door handles everything. He's wiping everything down.
With what?
After he started wiping everything down, Rob take.
I know what you wipe it down with, but like
Layla's phone or Aunt Sosa's phone or whoever
what did they use?
found in that bit, threw him in the lake.
I'm pretty sure they wasn't riding with
The
it.
lake in question turned out to be 5.5 miles or 8.8 kilometers outside Forest Lakes Park. But police had no question
he
that
the
this
youngest,
was
so
the
he
scene
not
they were
going
looking for.
he not gonna get the
When
most
they
time.
dredged the lake, they recovered the 2 phones.
He might
from
get the less
water,
time, really.
which were determined to be Michael and Layla's. But this wasn't the only evidence they found.
Because he's just a kid. He only
Taj
12.
attempted to explain
I mean,
what was found as he
they
continued
all
his
kids,
story,
but you know,
starring Rob as the mastermind
Chris the
of the
young
crime.
one, he 12.
He tell 3-5 get in
He
the
probably
car,
just gonna go
drive
to
the car
the
the lake. For whatever
just go to
reason,
juvie
When
for
the
like
detectives asked
until
Chris,
he
though,
probably gonna go to
said he was
juvie till he
nowhere
18
near
and
the
then he
car
get out
at
when he
that point.
18.
Were you in the car when it was going in the river, or?
Unless laws changed. Unless laws changed.
You were out of the car. What was Rob doing?
I don't know. I left. I was running back to my house.
What did he say he did with the car after that then?
I didn't ask all of that. I didn't ask that.
What about the guns that were used?
I don't know where those at either.
Oh, it's barely in the lake. Like when he drive, it might be the 2 front tires in the lake. It might be a little bit more in the hood, but the back of the car, all that is still out of the lake.
That was exactly how the
They
police
just all
discovered
pointing
the
fingers to
car.
each other.
What they found inside was more gruesome than they had ever anticipated. Back with Chris, he continued his tale.
Describe to me the clothes that you were wearing that night when all these bad things happened. What happened to them?
They wanted us to burn.
Who wanted you to burn them? Did you have blood or something on them?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Like Detective Bender said, we processed that car front to back, top to bottom, bottom to top 3 times. 3 days worth of actual forensic work, several forensic people. I don't think you could have sat anywhere in that car and not got blood on you.
I think it was something on my shoe. I'm standing over here scared as like I think it's blood all over me, but it's dark, so I don't know. But I think it's blood all over me.
Rob said burning the clothes was all Taj. Taj, of course, said it was Rob. Regardless of who had the idea, the police found the remains of clothing in a burn pile in the forest.
They just blaming each other,
including pieces
honestly.
of shoes, sweatpants, and sweatshirts. However, this was not the only clothing item the police discovered intact. Chris's shoes, which he described as Nike slides, were found discarded in the bushes, and a single glove was found near Michael's body. Another was found near the lake. The police asked Taj about this.
So were you wearing gloves at this time? Like
Yes, I was wearing gloves because, like I said, I was supposed to go hit.
And what about Rob?
Rob was wearing gloves too. Yeah, Rob was wearing gloves.
Taj revealed that the original plan was for the group to go car hopping that night, which was why he was wearing gloves and a ski mask. But police had to wonder if there was a far darker reason the boys brought these items.
You got a Smith?
For now, the detectives wrapped up the conversation
With an
with Rob.
extendo?
Do you feel a little better now that you were honest?
Nah, they really ran on
Get that
Nah,
off your chest?
they dead on.
Now I feel like I just snitched on everybody and
The detective stepped
Nah,
out, but little did
he
Rob
felt a
know
type of
that
way.
his night at the police station was far from over. There was a lot more that he needed to fess up to, but for now, he was left alone with his mother.
charge you. Because you really didn't even come forward. Did you come forward? I'm talking about when it happened. I just told you everything. I'm just letting you know, Rob. You don't understand. I'm gonna get charged for murder. Mama, what was the point of snitching on everybody if I was gonna get charged? Why did you make me stay? I said I don't know. Alright. What's the point of snitching?
We're gonna ask you to step out now.
Hey, Mama. Wait, hey, is my mama still here?
Yeah, she's still.
Wait, Mama.
Talk to me. Give me.
Okay,
She's talking with someone.
can you see if they do charge me? Can you see if she can give me a lawyer? I didn't kill anybody.
Hey, relax.
Can you ask her, please?
Rob waited, asking the detective stationed at the door several times to bring his mother back, but she had left to go back to work.
Damn.
Before she did, she informed police that she did not want Rob answering any more questions without a lawyer present. Rob was not on board with this plan.
Is my mama still here? Hold on. How can I get charged for murder?
Listen.
Can you explain it to me?
Hold on. We got it. We're taking your DNA, okay?
While the police took Rob's DNA, fingerprints, and photos, he continued to ask them how it was possible that he would be charged with murder.
Listen, can I tell you the situation, please?
Listen. Let them do their thing. Your mama's not here yet. We can't talk to you.
She's close?
I don't know how far she got, but she is on her way.
Rob's interrogation might have been on pause, but the conversation with Chris remained in full swing. The questions he faced were about to get a whole lot harder.
Damn.
They executed a search warrant on the house,
Nigga,
which they did
Rob
collect some
going
things,
through
and
it.
I'd like to talk to you about those things too. But because you, because it looked like a surprise on that.
Yeah, like what was in my house that got to do with this homicide? And
I will, and I'm going to tell you about that because, like I said, I'm not going to leave anything out.
It's
He had the
I can
grip
tell you
on
it's
him.
pretty
He had the grip in his house.
I guess I would use that word.
so, are you serious?
Do you own any firearms, ma'am? Does anyone in your home own a firearm? Okay, because I'm pretty sure they found one or two firearms in the house. And I'm sure you guys have watched CSI, right? We can take a firearm, we can shoot it. That round that you shoot, we can take, and we can put it into a computer
And tell you well, who got
and actually compare it to other fired casings, like the shell from the bullet.
And they could tell you what gun shot it and all that.
So, how?
You told me who the guns from. Why would you hold guns from when you know something that dumb just happened? That was stupid.
When Reaper gave you these, you think that they're going to be related to this?
I think so.
Describe to me why you think that.
Well, because he said.
He gonna say, describe to me why you think that. Nigga, what? You not realizing what situation he in? Like,
And the gun that you saw X-Man use, was it either one of those two guns?
I think it was black.
Meanwhile, Rob continued to wait.
nah, Rob going through it. He going through it. He just got booked. Nigga getting booked again. He going through it.
want to be charged with murder. I do not want to be charged with murder.
Eventually, the detectives did come back to speak with him.
I feel like
since
he had to
was
do something with it. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Rob had something to do with
even
it.
though his mother did
Like,
not
I
return
mean,
to the
they all had
station.
something to do with it. But like, I feel like he shot one of them. I think he shot one of
Do you
them.
want us to ask you any more questions about while you're present?
I think he shot one of them.
You said that you.
And then one of the other ones, they got the other
Make
one.
sure that we're clear that you don't have to answer a question. You don't have to talk.
If he ain't shoot,
But you stated to me that it's my case. I want to talk to you.
he the setup.
Because
He was the one that
Rob's
set
mom was
everything
no
up.
longer
I ain't gonna lie.
present,
If he
they
ain't
read
shoot,
him
he was
his
the one that set
Miranda
everything
rights
up.
again. Right
Because the
off
way he
bat,
acting,
he
like,
admitted to additional involvement.
Taj told me to help him pull the body
look,
out of
see,
the trunk and throw it in the lake.
now he grabbed the body, threw it in the
He's trying
plate.
to pull a leg. He was like, "Bro, it's heavy. I need help." So I grabbed one leg. I tried to help. I was like, "Bro, it's too heavy. I don't want to do this." Put the thing down. Left the girl in the trunk because I told him I didn't want to help him. Like,
Rob went on to tell a long, rambling tale about selling his gun the day before the crimes took place. The detectives hear him out before dropping a bombshell.
So that's an issue because we have that gun now.
"No, that's not.
It was at 3-5's house. You said you sold it.
I did. That's not my gun. That one's not mine. That's
That's
not
the
my
same
gun."
gun.
In addition to this, the police strongly suspected Rob had stolen the firearm.
You might tell the truth that you didn't pull a trigger, but you knew this was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen.
I did not know this.
The detectives had a similar exchange with Taj.
We've sent some of
They
the
both-
casings off.
They both gonna get in trouble.
Already.
But the
It's
most,
not bad. I'll
probably
tell you
the
that.
one who pulled the trigger.
Otherwise, we would.
Because he was the one who actually killed him.
That those casings aren't going to come back.
Like, he
you
pulled
said,
the trigger,
to a
so.
third gun.
To a third gun, they shouldn't.
Multiple casings were found at all three crime scenes, but especially near the car at the lake. Even if the boys weren't budging on the issue of who shot who, lab tests would reveal the truth in due time. In the meantime, the detectives brought up something two of the boys in particular were probably dreading.
Let's talk about the trunk. Trunk of that car.
The trunk. What happened in the trunk?
The trunk. Yeah.
There's another part that we haven't talked about.
Trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he know.
It was a girl in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
The third victim was in the trunk?
Open the trunk. And he shot.
Where did he?
Nah, I could
tell you
tell
to
he
open the
hurt
trunk
right now.
from?
Look how you looking at his mom. He hurt.
He told me to open the trunk from the
Like, look how he
inside,
talking
like
now.
the inside.
That shit just killed him inside. I
And
ain't gonna
whenever
lie.
you pull that open, tell me about what you
That
saw.
shit just killed him. He like,
All I seen was
damn.
lunches, and then he said, "Move
Damn,
it."
it was
Shot.
the third victim was in the
You said what you
trunk.
saw was
Nah, that's
luggage?
OD.
Like it was like a girl.
And what part of her body could you see?
Wait.
Could you see her feet?
She was in
her
the
hair,
luggage?
Her hair, her hand.
Or did I just?
Describe me what-
Or did I hear that wrong?
Hair.
I did not even know it was another person in the trunk at all.
Okay. So you just riding around and she just in there?
Yeah, I mean, we rode around like that before, though.
Just because there ain't no room for all the people?
Just because there ain't no room for all the
Okay.
people.
When you go to open up that seat, what were you thinking in your head?
Like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. Like, I was confused. I was like, I was thinking like there's a person back.
Did this person say something? Describe to me what you heard. What you heard whenever you opened that seat up. What noises?
All I heard was somebody tell me to watch out, and I heard a gunshot. 2 gunshots.
Tragically, the third victim was determined to be none other than Camille. Her body was discovered 2 days after Layla was found on April 1st.
2 days
Like
after.
Chris said, she'd been shot twice.
Oh,
the location of her
the
wounds
V.
indicated that her death
The
had been
V
no
was in the
accident.
lake.
It was
So
highly
did they
unlikely
find
that
her?
Camille had been shot once in the back.
Like,
and
did they
once in the
find her
head by
in the
chance.
trunk still when they found the
As soon
V
as she was
in the lake,
identified,
or
law
was her
enforcement
body
made
in
contact
the
with her aunt,
lake?
Amy, for a
That's
difficult
fake crazy. If her body was in the trunk while the V was in the lake, that's crazy.
You know, it took us a little while because we couldn't
That's
positively
crazy.
identify her, so it took us a little while. But you know, we're certain that it's Camille that is now deceased.
Probably to detectives'
Damn.
surprise, Amy remained
Florida
stoic.
too.
As it turned out, she already knew Camille was deceased.
The grandpa of Layla actually came to my house when I found your card, telling me that Camille was deceased and how are you doing is what he told me. They were talking about it at the hospital that Camille was deceased already. I had a mother call me at midnight last night that, oh yeah, my phone has not stopped.
While Amy tried to come to terms with the loss of her niece, the detectives at the police station asked Chris more about the specifics of Camille's murder.
Damn, they caught 3 bodies.
And he closed it, and we left.
How many times did he shoot her?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna. I think once, twice.
What is it? One
twice.
Twice? Okay. Do you know what part of her body he shot her?
No, I when I opened it, he go empty, so I looked away.
As if this wasn't horrific enough, Taj put forth an even more disturbing version of events.
Damn.
Predictably, he insisted he was not the shooter. The culprit he named was spine-chilling.
Who folds the seat down? 3-5, because he was on the side, so he hops out of the car, right? He get out of the car, flip the seat down, boom, hit her once. So he shot her once.
Where did he shoot her?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't see exactly where he shot her at all. And then she's not dead yet, so Rob sees that and he shoots her to make sure she's dead. So Layla got 1 headshot and then Camille got 2 because she wasn't dead yet.
For once, Rob agreed with Taj, at least partially. Before his mom left the police station, he told this to the police.
It was 3-5 that did that. 3-5 dropped the seat and shot the girl, and he shot her in the head. And Tyler's like, shoot the in the back, shoot the back. 3-5 dropped the back seat and he shot the girl. She was still alive. He's like, finish her. So he shot it again.
3-5, police knew, was Chris's street name. Still, something wasn't quite right. After getting this far, the police were not willing to accept anything short of the full truth.
Now, Reaper, Rob, there's a lot of similarities that are overlapping here, but there's definitely a discrepancy that Rob told us about what happened to the person in the trunk.
And they trying to make him the shooter, right? That's what y'all leaving out. I mean, be honest. Be honest. We being all being honest here. Just be honest. Is he the shooter? That's what they're saying. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do is just say that. I mean, stop going around it.
I can tell you that he is not. You, Chris, are not being blamed for those people in the front seat.
In the back seat is what the trunk is the one that
we have some issues with the trunk.
I'm keeping for real about. Tell us. Be honest, baby. It's okay.
Because you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna feel so much better once you talk about what his.
He's tell me. Say it. Just say it. He said, if I ain't do it, you gonna kill everybody I know.
So tell us what you did.
He said, AJ, you gonna kill everybody I know. Yeah. Who made you do it? Who is it? Rob. Rob made you do it? Yeah. He said he gonna kill everybody you know. Well, who is this X-Man? I don't know who that is.
Now, did you...
Just calm down.
Yet again, Rob said something different. Before his mom left the
I don't
station,
know, I feel like
he had shared
50-50.
this information.
Taj made him kill the person, or he was gonna kill 3-5.
Is that what he said? He told
He
him?
told 3-5, if you don't kill this girl, I'm gonna shoot you in your head.
Let's go on here. He said that he would kill everybody you know, and you did fire a gun. Tell me about what you did.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on that. I believe it.
I shot the girl. I don't know where it was,
but I feel like he don't know who is who. Like, he don't know the other person, so he probably just saying is Rob. I mean, he probably. Oh.
If Chris used Taj's firearm, that would explain why they only found 2 weapons during the search warrant. This brought up another question, though, which the detectives had
always got a
addressed with
question.
Rob and his mom.
So that's my concern here, is that you said that Taj was pretty much orchestrated this and was concerned that 3-5 would snitch on him. So he made him
3-5 do that.
But you saying that he was completely fine with you not taking any part of that?
Yes, with me, he just told me, if you snitch, I'm gonna kill you.
With his mom there, Rob insisted that he was innocent. Now that she was gone, though, the police hoped he might be more forthcoming.
I honestly don't think you're a cold-blooded killer. I know Taj, I've dealt with him, and I've dealt with you. And there's a reason I wanted to talk to you. because I don't think you're that dude. I don't think you're a cold-blooded killer. Taj, I don't know anything about 3-5. I never met him. But I'm telling you that when the evidence says that you were there and that you shot someone, there is no explaining that.
Evidence is gonna tell you that I'm there, but all I can tell you is that I didn't shoot nobody.
Did you shoot Layla?
No.
Because I got information that somebody that was in their car had a thing for Layla, and you couldn't do it. So somebody else did it.
No.
Okay?
No, that's not true.
Your brother's talking. Is there any reason why he would be telling people that you shot one of those people if you didn't do it?
Police likely used this as a tactic to get Rob to talk and hopefully reveal the truth. Perhaps this was how Amy knew Camille was deceased before the detectives contacted her. In Chris's interrogation room, his mother struggled to come to terms with what he'd done.
You shot somebody that's dead, boy. What the No, this is a homicide. This is 3 people dead. This is that's serious. You gonna kill my family. What am I supposed to do?
That's why.
I understand. That's what we were trying to tell you from the beginning.
Chris, take a deep breath.
Just calm
take a deep
down.
breath. Now listen to me. When you say that someone threatens your family and threatens you, I need to put it in the report. Take a deep breath.
Please tell me what am I supposed to do?
Chris's mom didn't have an answer to that. She asked one of the detectives if she could step out for a moment to compose herself.
No, he know where I live, and he knows my whole family. He was gonna kill my whole family.
Are you talking about Reaper, or are you talking about Stavo?
Reaper. He was gonna kill my.
Let's talk about X-Men real quick. I think you know who X is, and I think you're scared of him. Rightfully so.
They both said it was gonna kill my family.
Okay.
They both said that? Did they ever point a gun at you or anything like that?
Yeah.
Who pointed a gun at you?
The X-Man. He's like, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. I'm gonna kill you down. Kill your mom.
Rob also told the detectives that he and Chris were in serious danger at the time of the crime.
So let me tell you something about Taj. Taj tell you he finna do something, and you decide not to do it with him, then I probably would have died with them.
So were you afraid of Taj that night? Because
if I did not do what Taj wanted me to do, I would have died that night with them.
Taj is that bad a dude?
Bro,
Taj, on the other hand, claimed Rob always planned to let him take the blame.
If anything, if one of us go down in anything, and Todd, it was you. You did it. Everything. You did it. Legit. You shot everybody in the car. It was not me. If he got caught up, then he was gonna go find my mama. The whole night I did not have a gun.
Rob continued with his story, claiming that he only participated out of fear.
Did Taj tell you to put the gun to somebody?
Taj told me he told me he gonna kill Sosa. He wanted me to shoot Layla, and then he wanted 3-5 to shoot the girl in the back. I told him I didn't want to do it. Told me if I didn't do it, he was gonna kill me.
You hold the gun to Layla's head?
Yeah, but I tried to shoot it, but it clicked. I tried to shoot, but it clicked. Like, I didn't have it cocked back. I tried to shoot it, and it clicked twice, so then Stavo just did it itself. That's why. I think my gun wasn't coming back.
Listen.
I'm telling y'all the truth, and y'all still think I'm lying. Like, what am I supposed to do, bro?
Okay.
So how long before he actually pointed the gun, he told you to shoot Layla?
We was already in the car. Like, he put it in his notes, showed me, and then deleted the note.
When was that in the night? How early? How much before?
No, that was like right before it happened.
Did you shoot that girl in the trunk?
In the trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shot her.
Like I said, I wasn't there.
Taking too long.
3-5 shot that girl in the trunk.
Still, the police suspected something was being left out.
Was she
Something is
still
being left
moving
out.
after you shot her?
He said she was still breathing or something.
Who said that, X-Man or Rob?
Did you shoot the girl once, or did you shoot her twice? I mean, it doesn't matter at this point.
I shot her once, and he shot her again.
Chris was talking about Rob. Thankfully, the police were finally getting somewhere with him, too.
You shot her once.
How many times you shoot her?
Once.
You shot her once? Where'd you shoot her?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. There ain't no question. There ain't no question where she was shot. You talk about one end to the other. Where'd you shoot her?
Just shot, bro. I seen her and I shot. Like,
Why?
because she was still alive. She was gonna snitch on us all. We was all gonna go to jail for life. I didn't want to do none of it. If I didn't kill that girl, Stavo was going to kill me. I swear to God. I'm looking at her in her eyes. She's dead.
Finally, the truth came out. Ballistics reports comparing shell cases found at the scene to the firearms found in Chris's house indicated a match. Whether or not there was a third shooter remained to be seen.
Are you sorry for what happened? I did not want it to happen. I never wanted that to happen. Like, I never wanted to kill anybody. I never wanted to shoot anybody. I never want any of that. I just wanted to get a little bit of money.
The detectives made one last effort with Taj.
People already ended up there because of you guys' craziness.
No, not my craziness. It's not my craziness.
Were you going to rob them and it was like either you had to do what you had to do or a finger slipped and it scared everybody in the car and then it's too late at that point.
Yeah, I feel you, but
that makes more sense than the story that they're telling, that you planned to kill these people. That from the beginning of the night.
I didn't shoot no gun.
We talked to Rob and we talked to Chris for hours. For whatever reason, one of them was more afraid of bringing you into the middle of this than they were Rob. So for that story that Rob's this guy that's, you know, threatening everybody, or his people threatening people, or your people, I just don't see that.
But Taj remained stalwart, insisting that he had never used a firearm that night. The detectives hoped that unpacking one final secret could be the key to determining the truth about his involvement. They turned back to Rob to accomplish this. Like Chris and his mom, Rob was also given a jacket to keep warm in the cold police station. But he used it in a less typical way. Even as he tried to get comfortable in the interrogation room, one of the detectives returned to unpack a final secret to try to pull the case together.
The KTM, what exactly, what is it that you guys do? What is it? Like a gang?
No. It's the first time we did something for it.
So how many people like consider themselves a part of KTM?
Few of us, me, Stavo, 35.
Rob's list went on, but he only had nicknames for most of the KTM members, not their real names. Notably, Michael, Layla, and Camille were not included.
I was the leader of it.
Chris was somehow even less willing to give up the details of KTM.
What's the deal with the KTM thing?
KTM.
Huh? I know Reaper has the tattoo. What does it mean? Cutthroat? Cutthroat mentality, does that sound right? What exactly is that? Like just a made-up gang name? Or?
Nah, they got him
One of
McDonald's.
Michael's close friends eventually came forward, provided the police would keep his identity anonymous, and confirmed that KTM was indeed a gang. His description of their activities was chilling.
Their mentality is a mentality that they will do anything to you and not give a fuck.
Just to get the money?
Yes, just to get the money. Just to get what they want, basically.
With that, the detectives had all the information they needed to move forward with the case. It had taken 8 hours each to get the truth from Rob and Chris. The detectives stepped out, leaving Ashley and Chris alone for a few moments.
Listen, baby, listen. It's not over.
Yes, it is.
It's not over. It's not over. You just better pray and hope that the gun that you shot her with wasn't murder.
Ashley also had some devastating news to deliver that was sure to upset him further.
I'm gonna go to jail. So when I leave him, top. That's I got one. So I'm gonna go. And grandma gonna be trying to figure out something. I'm gonna try to get out of this. When I get out of here, I'm trying to get you home.
Ashley had a warrant out for her arrest, and in order to be with her son while he was interrogated, turned herself in to police. She was charged with possession of cocaine and methamphetamine and taken to county jail.
Damn.
Chris, Rob, and Taj
they
were all
both
taken to
gambled.
juvenile detention, and on May 15, 2023, a grand jury indicted all 3 boys. Preparations began to take the case to trial, where they will be tried as adults.
Damn,
Taj and
adults?
Rob are both facing 3 counts of murder in the first degree because, tragically, Layla did not survive her injuries. She passed away just days after Camille's body was discovered. Taj also has been charged with robbery with a firearm, tampering with evidence, tampering with an electronic monitoring device, carjacking while armed, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and grand theft auto. Rob
Damn.
had a similarly long list of charges in addition to 3 counts of murder, including armed burglary, grand theft of a
Damn.
firearm, petty theft, robbery with a firearm, and tampering with evidence. Chris, meanwhile, was only charged with 1 count of murder for Camille, whom he admitted to shooting while she was in the trunk. The other charges against him were dropped, including grand theft of a firearm and burglary. However, he's now facing an additional charge of battery after getting into a fight while incarcerated. Currently, all 3 boys have entered pleas of not guilty, but the trial is ongoing. What the court finds and how justice will be
it's still
served for
ongoing?
Layla, Michael, and Camille remains to be seen.
Oh, no, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. This just popped up.